Alright, so quickly bring you up to speed because I didn't start recording. Fuck's sake. What I'm doing here is I'm just going through these hives and looking how much honey we've got and is it time to extract. So each one of these frames by the look of it is about at least 80% capped. So I'll show you what that looks like in a minute. So I'll get this thing out. Okay, so here's a good example. So when you look at a frame, you can see that yellow up the top there. That is where they haven't drawn any comb. This is the honeycomb that they've drawn over the top, and where it's white is where they've capped it. And where you can see through, it's full of honey, but they haven't capped it yet. Right? And it's the same on the other side of the frame. So you can see the majority of that frame has been capped. So when it's capped, and or you can see that they've covered up the honeycomb holes. That means they've filled that full of honey and there is less than 18% water in that honey. So anything that isn't capped, it means it hasn't sort of dried out enough yet for them to cap it. What's important about that? Well, once honey is capped around that 18% mark, that means that it will store. Virtually, we've known that there's been honey stores in crypts in Egypt, right, that are still okay. So honey can last for a long time. But if it hasn't reached that 18%, it can ferment, so it can go off, or become mead. So we're looking for honey that's mostly capped. Now that whole box there, or super, I have 10 frames in it. It is essentially full of honey. So that is pretty much ready to extract. Alright, moving along. So we'll just put that down. Oh, Jesus. Oh. Man, that's heavy. Oh, honey smells so good. Alright, so moving into the next box here. This should have honey stores in it, but also some brood. The way I set this box up is I wanted a bit of a double brood chamber so that I could get a whole heap of bees happening, so I could get them to run in that honey. But let's have a look and see how much brood we've actually got here. Or is it all just honey? And if it's all just honey, what I'll do is I'll put a separator here so the queen can't get up. Leave it for 21 days, the life cycle of a bee from egg to being born. So I can leave this for 21 days, all the bees will hatch, and then whatever's left will be honey, and we can just extract that. So we can see straight up. So this is all honey. So this is a deep frame, and you can see that see how it's got the hole here? This is pure honeycomb. They built that out themselves from virtually nothing. The other frames on those in that smaller box, they have what's called a foundation. It's sort of a plastic honeycomb, or a bit of plastic with some start of a honeycomb pattern, and the bees build off that. Is it faster? I don't know. They build these things pretty fast. Alright, let's see what we got here. So this one's a bit lighter. Definitely feel a bit lighter. Okay, so this is brood. My game plan here is I'm going to shake down each one of these. So there should be bees everywhere for your entertainment. But I just sort of make sure that we get the queen down in the bottom box here, which, whoa, I haven't opened this guy for a while. While we're in here, wouldn't it just be perfect if we could find a queen in here straight away? So now I've got my brood slash super, and super. So these two should be honey all up in the next 21 days, right? So everything should have hatched out of this in 21 days. On top of this, turn around this way. On top of this, I'm going to add another super. Alright, now I need to get 2 frames in here, which I'm going to steal from this blue hive, and then we can close up the red hive. Alright, again, holy shit. This is pretty much honey too, wow. Alright, so what I'm going to kind of do here is I'm going to use this honey up here to seed and encourage them to start expanding out the top here. That's a good one. Alright. That's good looking honey, so we'll get that in. So hopefully that'll encourage the girls to do the comb in the rest of them. Okay, and we can be sealed up for now. Okay, that's the red hive done. Come on girl, you can hop out or die in there. Okay. So that's that done. Right, so we've got one brood box on the bottom, one down here. We've got a brood slash super, a super, and a fresh super up the top. So at the moment I've got 10, maybe 16 frames full of honey on this guy, and on this guy probably got maybe half that. But I've done the same. I've added another super up the top. I've moved the honey up so that they start drawing that comb. I really want them to draw that comb this season, so that next season I can just punch this stuff in without spending all this time drawing comb. So job done.